Hi, my divine money friends. How are you today? Happy Monday. It is, oh, it's almost 5:55. It's actually 5:54 right at the moment. 5:55. I like 5:55 better. Hey, how do you like to do? I thought I would do like a real behind the scenes look of what it looks like to be a woman in business, an entrepreneur behind the scenes with everything going on still at 5. No, it's still 5:54, but still on a Monday. My hair is still in curls. I just got done working for my day, and yeah, now I'm doing my live. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is, yeah, what's so great about being a woman anyway in business? I have to tell you, throughout my career, I'm the oldest of 8 kids, so I got to take care of all the kids and do all the kids' stuff and the house stuff and the mom stuff. Then I quickly became a mother of 2, a single mother of 2 actually, and I raised my 2 kids on my own for um, basically 20 to 23 years. And and in my career as an accountant, as I've been working through the different businesses and everything, one of the biggest issues I have had is just having mere respect for being a woman. I mean, the only, you know, excitement for my life and my life plan for me as a woman growing up was I was going to be a mother and I was going to be a wife. And that didn't at all turn out to be the plan for me. And then when I uh, went throughout my career and was able to do all this amazing work for my employers at the time and find all this money for my employers as an accountant, I still wasn't treated with the respect that I deserve, and I still wasn't paid the way I deserved. Even though I had found hundreds of thousands of dollars for these companies, I still was treated as, thank you, honey, sweetheart, for these numbers. Now we'll make these big decisions, and never was my opinion valued. And so for a super, super long time, and because I wasn't valued, I wasn't being paid properly, and I wasn't able to provide for my children the way I should be able to pay for them. Now, women have, for years, have been fighting for equal pay. I mean, we're still, here we are in 2020, still fighting for equal pay. And we're still fighting for our value as women in the workplace. And so I was ticked. I was so mad. I used to say, I don't need a husband. I need a wife. I need somebody who will be home to take care of my stuff so I can do my work. And I was just mad as hell that I was a woman because I knew if I was a man, I'd be treated with so much more respect. Well, so I started my business, and then in 2011, I had an opportunity to go to a business retreat. And in this retreat, we had a group exercise. In this group exercise, what we were supposed to do in this group exercise was we were supposed to get all the people from one mat over to the other mat, and we were supposed to cross this beam, and we had all these crazy rules, like, you can only everybody once and twice, and like hold hands and do all these crazy things. And so we as a team had to figure out how we were going to get all of us across with all of these rules. Well, everybody was giving their opinion of different things they can do, and I pretty much just kind of sat to the side, and I didn't say a word. I just kind of like listened to all them. Well, the exercise was over, and the woman who was running the event called me out on it, on not saying anything. She's like, Beth Ann, how come you didn't say anything? What's up with that? And I said, well, I just wanted to give everybody else a chance to do it and say whatever they got to say, and, whatever. But she wiggled it out of me and got down to me the point of like, that what did it matter of my opinion anyway, because as a woman my opinion isn't listened to, and so what's so great about me having an opinion? So she sent me out on this she sent me out on an assignment, and the assignment was I had to write up what was so great about being a woman. And I tell you, I have been working with women entrepreneurs and individuals for, well, over 10, 15, almost 11 years now, and found that this was such a common block for women. And it isn't a conscious, we've got our money blocks, but one of the biggest, most damaging block that women have is the fact that they're women. And this belief about women, because we have for centuries have had already the undervaluing of women. And like I said, we're still fighting for equal pay. In 2020, it's been just over 100 years. Actually, it hasn't even quite been 100 years that women actually have been able to have their own checking accounts. So we've been fighting for our rights and undervalued for centuries. And even though we may not consciously be working under the thing, well, that I'm not happy about being a woman, there is still some of that subconscious residue, unconscious residue that's lingering, and these belief systems and these ideologies that have been formed through our parentage and through our education systems, our entertainment systems, that continue to devalue women and devalue women's voices. And I mean, it's really a very, very sad thought to me of how many women have passed their lifetime without their wisdom being shared on this planet, without their wisdom being shared out into the world. So here we go, back to my assignment. I go up to my bedroom, my little space at this retreat, and I get my computer out and I'm like, okay, what's so great about being a woman? And at the time I was like, I couldn't think of anything. The only thing I could think of at the time was we could do our nails, because I like doing our nails, and we can wear skirts. At the time I liked wearing skirts. I still like wearing skirts. That's all I could think of. And then I remembered somebody had said, another coach somewhere along the line had said, you know, if you don't know, you know, you ask God, or you ask Garrett, which is what his name was, or you ask Google. And I was like, okay. So I went on Google. Google, what's so great about being a woman? Well, what happened was I ended up pulling up an article about a woman named Beth Mooney. Now, Beth Mooney had just been hired May of 2011 as the first woman U.S. banking CEO. So she was the first woman ever to be in this position in the United States as the CEO of Key Bank, for Key Bank. She actually just retired just this last May of 2020. So she made a huge impact on the banking industry and that particular business. Anyway, in this article, it talked about her and introduced her and talked about her and started listing out all these different things about her and about what she could do and what her skills were and what she was bringing to this position and what they were excited about seeing her in this position. And I started reading this list and I go, oh my gosh, that's me. Oh my gosh, that's me. I mean, I could identified with this, I identified with that, I could identify with all of this. I was like, yes, I get it. Yes. That's exactly it. And what I realized at that moment was it was because I was a woman that I was able to do the work that I do, that I was able to produce the results that I produced, and I was able to create the experiences and the systems and the work that I did for my entrepreneurs and in the banking and in my accounting work that I did. And it all of a sudden I was like, yay, well, thank goodness that being a woman gave me all of these skills that gave me the aptitude to do the work that I do. And I love doing the work that I do. And then my next thought hit me was, well, if I had these skills, then every woman has these same skills too. Which means there's so much more value in women and women's word and women's voices and women's contributions. And gosh darn it, there's so many women out there that don't know their own value, don't know what they bring to the table, and don't allow themselves to really explore the other side of themselves, especially the brainiac side of themselves, because again, part of our heritage and part of our upbringing has been that, you know, to be a brainiac is a turnoff, right? Women's value is in their bodies, and that's it. That's what we've been learned. That's what we've learned. So a lot of women have dumbed themselves down, or they keep themselves quiet, or they stay in the back so that they don't show their intelligence. So as a woman, what we get to do as women is learn how to balance our masculine energy, because in business what I've seen women do is then they go hyper masculine and they forget some of their feminine skills and their feminine energy, because we as women have been trained in a masculine dominated business corporate world, and so we continue to keep ourselves going in that same business corporate world kind of energy, and not allow our feminine part to be, our feminine energy to be in it. And we do sort of a little bit, but it's still kind of kept to the quiet, depending on where you're at and the corporate value or the culture of the business that you're in. But as an entrepreneur now what you get to do in your own business is you get to bring all of you to the table, and all of the feminine energy, and learn how to, like I said, balance the masculine, but also balance the feminine and bring in your feminine skills. And because I saw that basically women really need to awaken to their own feminine power in business, their own feminine boldness, their own feminine structure and contributions in business and in money and in the work that they do. So that is what drew me to writing the goddess cards, the money goddess cards. Everything's on the card, front and back, and it's really like, they're oracle cards, but it's really like a miniature book, one page at a time is another way to look at it. But each of these cards started with, this whole outline for the cards started with the same outline, these same skills that they brought about in this article about Beth Mooney. And I want to read them to you. I have them right here. I wanted to read them to you. Women have the ability to see opportunity and give their ideas life and inspire others to do the same. Women don't quit. Women can quickly identify areas to consolidate, organize, and strengthen in business and any other outcomes. Women's attention to detail is uncanny, and their ability to track, evaluate, and manage change is impressive. Women thrive at creating and sustaining momentum for both themselves and others. Heck yes. Women are natural networkers and leaders. Yes. Women are specialists at cultivating relationships that are purposeful, genuine, and meaningful. Totally. We create connections from the heart. Women aim to assure the betterment of a healthier whole. And that's exactly it. That's the biggest difference with women in business and men in business. Men are driven by the profit, or the masculine energy has been driven by creating a profit, creating a profit. And that profit is being created at the cost of that human connection, at the cost of human dignity sometimes, and of course the unbalancing of pay and all that kind of stuff, manipulation. But there are good men. I mean, there are definitely, but I'm just talking about what we've been used to. Why corporations have gotten a bad name, because they've been run by profit. Where the feminine is about the whole, how many people they can support and help, and how big that goes, and to how much that money, that profit gets spread out and cared for among the whole. So to create a balance, though, and creating a feminine energy in your business and creating that balance is allowing yourself to have a profit, a high profit, but then that the reach of how it gets distributed is much bigger and much broader, which means you're paying better, you're supporting more local artists or local people, local community kind of things. You're bringing in everybody's ideas and valuing them all equal, not looking at them differently. So this program that I have coming up, Women, Money, and Divine Business, which starts on September 15th, which is next month. It's coming up, September 15th, is our kickoff call. It is specifically for women in business to balance, to not only to deal with that big number one money block of being a woman and balancing our feminine energy, creating a new perspective around some of these specific money activities that get to be done, and breaking through some of these old archaic belief systems about your voice, about what to say, about how to bring forth your ideas, about how to bring in the contribution, about how to talk about money and how to talk about sales, how to talk about bringing a team together and being in charge and being in, one of the hardest things I've had to do as a woman is fire people. I've had to fire so many people, and it is super hard to do because my heart wants to just care for them and nurture them and all that kind of thing. But as a woman, it's so stinking hard to do that. But in business, as a woman in business, it's not about, I'm cutting them off at the knees. It's more about I'm giving them the opportunity to grow and have some of their own natural lessons and support myself, support my own business, creating a healthy financial boundary for myself as a woman and my business so that I'm not getting drained by money vampires. So join me. I would love for you to join me to add to the feminine, beautiful voice and divine businesses that get to be created on our planet today. Join me in this group. It's a group program. There's only 30 women going to be in the group, and there's 10 weeks altogether. Starts September 15th. Right now we're in the early bird session where you can save 25% off the enrollment price, and I should say enrollment investment. You get a Money Mastery book. You actually, as one of the bonuses, you get a set of the Goddess cards. So you're going to get a set of these cards that's going to get sent to you right away. And we're going to get to have the opportunity to do group calls where you'll definitely be able to get your particular answers, questions, and get work through some of these money blocks so that you can be a success in your business and not make money be the issue that stops you from building your business. So, my lovelies, I'm going to go take my hair out of my curls. I probably should, now that it's 6:12, I should definitely get my hair out of my curls now. But I wanted to see, it is hard work. Entrepreneur is a hard work. Being a woman in this world, it's hard work anyway. But it is definitely worth it. And when you can bring your own creativity and your own vision and your own voice out into the world in your business in a divine, beautiful way that is solid in your financial foundation, solid in your tax knowledge, solid in your ability to make your decisions that you get to make for your business in the financial sense, and trust your own accounting system, management system, then this is the program for you. I totally can't wait to see you there. On my website, DivineMoneyMastery.com, and right under Work with Beth Ann, you'll see it, Women, Money, and Divine Business, and there's a spot there where you can click to apply and set up a call to talk with me, and we can talk one-on-one and make sure that this is a fit for you. And you can ask any question that you have. I can ask you questions, and we can see how we would work together. Yes, so don't let these rollers fool you. There's a big brainiac under here. And I know you, as that divine woman, have a beautiful brainiac too. So I'll see you on the other side. Peace in.